Hello folks and welcome to this week's Music Alert. This particular week it's a vinyl special, so let's get on with it. We are starting with the UK audiophile label Ace and Link Wray's early recordings, originally released in 1978 on the Chiswick label. It's a compilation LP of early instrumental and rock and roll tracks that Link recorded mainly for Swan Records in the early to mid 1960s. These recordings capture Wray's raw instrumental style after his 50s breakthrough, walking the line between rockabilly, garage and gritty rock and roll. Next we have Françoise Hardy and Voilà, the very best of a double LP outing via Warner's. This is a new career-spanning retrospective double, apparently the first truly comprehensive best of covering her entire career, from her yeah hits of the 60s through to her later recordings up to 2018 on noir vinyl. There, bathe in my CSE Grade 3 French, why don't you? On to Simple Minds now, and Once Upon a Time, a 40th anniversary issue via Virgin. We're back to birthdays again. I believe there is somewhere out there a 5 CD anniversary box set with remastered music, rarities, mixes and live recordings, but this is a ruby red limited edition coloured vinyl I'm offering here with a revised track list, because don't you, brackets, forget about me, or brackets. Well, that's included for the first time on the official album release. As you might thus infer, the track was not included on the original album. Next, on to Parliament and, how do you pronounce this, Funkentelechy versus the Placebo Syndrome via BGP, the sixth studio album by the American funk collective, originally released on the 28th of November 1977, I think it was, on Casablanca, produced by George Clinton. It's widely regarded as one of the peak achievements of the P-Funk era. The album is a loose concept built around the battle between funk, the life force of the black music tradition, of course, and the forces of funkiness embodied by the villain, Sano's devoid of funk, apparently. The so-called Placebo Syndrome represents commercially diluted music and mindless consumerism. Sounds familiar, especially where funk is concerned, of course, and that drains people of genuine funk consciousness. More people should be aware of this. Next, Richard Ashcroft has a new album called Lovin You, the 7th, I think it was 2025 this was released actually, the 7th studio or solo studio album by the former Verve lead singer. First LP since 2018, I think, and inside here we've got ballads, we've got a bit of soul, I think, some indie rock, electronica flourishes. It's an Ashcroft album, the fans will recognise it. There's nothing avant-garde from his usual pathway. It's a refinement of past works, in other words. From Demon now, and Bill Wyman's Stone Alone, a limited edition 50th anniversary release on purple vinyl, or purple vinyl if you come from Brooklyn. Wyman's second solo album, following his 1974 debut Monkey Grip, is full of classic rock and roll and pop, and features Wyman plus a star-studded cast of collaborators on the album itself, bringing in a variety of musical personalities to help realise his vision, if you can call it that. So you get people like Van Morrison appearing, there's Joe Walsh, Dr. John, Ron Wood, his Stones bandmate, who can never resist a party, can he, Mr. Wood? Al Cooper, Nicky Hopkins, who was on every 70s LP known to man, Jim Keltner, and more. Wyman should really have called this Bill Wyman and the Kitchen Sink. That would have been a good name, I think, for the band. The Kitchen Sink. Anyway, missed a trick there, didn't he? Never mind. On to Ultravox now, and the collection via Chrysalis. I have the deluxe edition box set here because I'm a very special person, and Chrysalis obviously recognise that. This is a 4LP clear vinyl pressing, which is basically the original collection plus the so-called collection 2, totaling 28 tracks in all, including numerous single versions. You get radio edits, you get remixes, and other bits and pieces and rarities, all in a slipcase. Very nice indeed. On to VFM 125, which trips off the tongue, Human Races, which features the undoubtedly odd logo on the lower rear sleeve, and I quote, available on Spotify. That's right, you've gone to the trouble of buying a special vinyl version of this album. You get it home and it tells you on the back, available on Spotify. For some reason, this made me incredibly annoyed. If I'm buying the vinyl version, I really couldn't give a damn about Spotify. This logo sits as if the vinyl version was secondary. A billboard for the real thing, as if the vinyl edition didn't really matter. It was not a good start to our relationship, I have to say. Getting past that, although it is difficult for me, as you can tell, this one mixes progressive pop, experimental pop, and simplified art rock with folkish tones from David Finney and Martin Vishnick. It's fine, I applaud their adventurous spirit and their new wave-esque flavours, but I advise them, in the future, read the room. Also, check out British flautist and composer, and I apologise to the lady Sinan Carter Savaskan. I probably massacred your name, I do apologise. And The Sleep of Reason, music for solo flute and electronics, a modern classical piece. Hybrid, analog and electronica in there, apparently delving into the psychological and socio-political themes, but I wouldn't know that because I couldn't tell that at all from the actual music, but never mind. Spanning a mere 21 minutes. This is almost Ramones-like in neoclassical terms because it stuffs 17 tracks into 21 minutes. It's like the Ramones, isn't it? The tracks feature lots of ambience, drama, space, silence, mood and texture. There's lots packed into a small amount of time. From the Divine Art record label comes, in my northern accent, Estrelita, basically Esther Rayo, soprano, with pianist Peter Grunberg covering a selection of Spanish language art songs, folk-inspired, 20th century classics, a bit of classical, a bit of jazz, covering 27 tracks over 2 discs. Next, we have the Sunday Mourners. What a play on words. And mourning as in, someone's died, oh dear me, and Sunday morning. Clever. A Rhythm Absolute is the name of this particular album on Curation Records, and also on green vinyl. The debut album from this LA 4-piece band has been compared to The Fall. It has been compared to television. But I don't hear any of that. I don't hear enough English tension, skittishness, cultural embarrassment. There's none of that. DNA-based frustration, there's none of that. Or undirected anger. Nope. So who do I compare it to? Well, I think this music sounds more like Pavement, which is also good, but for completely different reasons. That's what I feel. That otherness from a third dimension, but attached to a lazy vocal presentation. It works. Pavement fans should take a look. Also, on Curation, check out Joe Harvey White and Bobby Lee and The Last Ride, a collaborative album between the British pedal steel and ambient guitarist and the psych country psych cosmic guitarist, it says here. In the main, what we have here is easygoing, exploratory guitar noodling of the sort that J.J. Cale would enjoy, I reckon. There's also some ambience thrown into the mix, so imagine if Harold Budd had played the guitar, or if Robin Guthrie had sat in the desert for too long, or Ry Cooder was chilling on the porch on a warm moonlit night after too many whiskies. That kind of thing. It's rather beautiful. And so are you, my wonderful audience. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this particular video. Before you go, can you click down below on the like and subscribe buttons, please, if you haven't done so already? Deep breath. And also, down below, I'll put some links that need to be linked, of course, in regarding the music, and my own links, such as my Facebook group link, my website link, and my Patreon page link, which supports and runs this channel. It funds it. So if you can help me over there on Patreon, I would be eternally grateful. I'll be back. I'm shattered now after all that enthused chat. I'm just, do you know what I mean? So I'll be back tomorrow with, if you're into your hi-fi, I will have some hi-fi news and some music trivia as well. So there's a bit of that. And then more hi-fi on the Sunday, a big review. It's all going. It's all happening. And I hope to have your company. Until then, folks, bye-bye for now.